ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। Welcome to today's session. We are studying Tattvabodha. I'll chant the Mangalacharan. Vasudevendra yogendram natva jnanapradam gurum mumukshunam hitarthaya tattvabodho vidhiyate. Bhagwan Shankaracharya has been very kind to us, that he has given us a lovely text in very simple words. He is explaining to us what is Tattva Vivek. So far what we have done has actually been the foundation laying. Now the building is being erected, and if you are thorough with the foundation so far, then whatever is being built now, that will not cause any ripples. But if the foundation is not strong, then what follows now may be a little difficult to make a part of your knowledge. And when I say this, I also say that unless you have that yogyata, the qualification, the fourfold qualification, even then getting to make what now follows your knowledge, then also it is difficult. Because he had said कि for Tattva Vivek, साधन चतुष्टय is a necessary qualification. Only वही अधिकारी है इसको समझने का. अब वो जो साधन चतुष्टय है, we have read in detail. There are two ways. It is also, to my mind, can also be called चित्त शुद्धि. वो आप भजन से, सत्संग से, निरंतर भगवान के नाम से, किसी भी माध्यम से कर सकते हैं. जब चित्त शुद्ध हो जाएगा तब आपको ये बात बड़े आसानी से उतर जाएगी. बट फाउंडेशन हैज़ टू बी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. सो आई एम रीडिंग नाउ द रिलेशनशिप ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल एंड द लॉर्ड. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. द होल यूनिवर्स हैज़ इमर्ज्ड फ्रॉम माया विच इज़ इनहेरेंट इन द ट्रुथ. ये छोटी छोटी बातें पहले हम बहुत डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. माया ब्रह्म आश्रित है, टेक्निकल वर्ड. हाँ. देन हाउ आर द इंडिविजुअल्स रिलेटेड टू द ट्रूथ. वी हैड स्टार्टेड दैट, वी हैव स्टडीड अबाउट आत्मा, व्हाट इट इज नॉट. नाउ हाउ इज इट रिलेटेड टू जगत, हाउ इज इट रिलेटेड टू ईश्वर, हाउ इज इट रिलेटेड टू ब्रह्म. एवं पिंड ब्रह्मांडे ऐक्यम संभूतम. एवं पिंड ब्रह्मांड्योरेकम संभूतम. देर इज आइडेंटिटी, वननेस between microcosm and the macrocosm. Microcosm was this mind, our mind and gross body and subtle body, and macrocosm is the Jagat. So there is an identity, oneness between the two. The part is never separate from the whole. It is always inherent in the whole. Minus a single part, the whole is not complete, therefore not whole. The individual body is made from the total subtle elements. The individual subtle body is made from the total subtle elements. For instance, the individual mind is part of the total mind. Individual mind को हम संस्कृत में व्यष्टि मन कहते हैं, और टोटल माइंड को समष्टि मन कहते हैं. समष्टि इज टोटल. सो व्यष्टि इज पार्ट ऑफ द समष्टि. दैट इज क्लियर. ये तो बेसिक लॉजिक सेट्स हैं. Similarly, the individual gross body is made from the total gross elements. Therefore, the individual gross body Pinda is part of the total gross body Brahmnanda. These are the technical terms, Pind and Brahmand. Pind is called for the individual body and Brahmand is for the entire Jagat. So the individual and the total enjoy a part-whole relationship. However, the original cause of the total gross and subtle elements is the truth, the pure self. The truth, the pure self, these words always allude to Brahma. Not Brahma, Brahma, the one and only Nitya. Nityam ekam vastu Brahma. We remember this, no? These things you keep in mind. So, the original cause of the total gross and subtle elements is the truth, the pure self. The cause pervades the effects, just as water pervades the waves, gold pervades all the gold ornaments. So, cause pervades the effects. Therefore, in essence, there is identity between the individual and the total. So, going back to the example, all the gold ornaments are gold only. All the waves are water only. So, we as individuals are Brahma only. The waves are only part of the ocean in terms of name and form. So, we also carry different names and forms. So, we are different only in that respect, that's all. But with respect to their essence, the water, they are one. All waves are one. They are only different in names and forms. Any questions? Because as I said, foundation was done earlier. Now we are erecting a building. और ये जो है समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Any questions on this, what we have read just now? Clear? और अगर नहीं है तो read it again and again and make it a part of you. Aham Brahma Asmi is what we are heading towards. I am Brahman. Okay, this essential oneness is explained further thus. स्थूल शरीरम अभिमानी जीव नामकम ब्रह्म प्रतिबिंबम भवति. So, स्थूल शरीरम अभिमानी. Abhimani is the one who has ownership, who says, I am what? Sthul Sharir. I am the gross body. The owner of this gross body is called Jeev Namakam. He is called the Jeev. Namakam name is Jeev. Brahma Pratibimbam Bhavati. Bhavati is. What is it? It is the reflection of Brahma. So this Jeev, who is the owner of the gross body or considers himself, Abhimani, he considers himself the owner of this gross body, he is nothing but the reflection of Brahma. Sa eva jivaha, that is Jeev. Prakatya swasmat Ishwaram bhinnatvena janati. Prakatya is by nature. Swasmat considers itself. Swa, itself. Ishwaram bhinnam tvena janati. Janati is knows. So by nature this Jeev considers itself and Ishwar to be different. This is our daily experience. We say भी भगवान दूसरा मैं दूसरा हूँ. और अभी हमने पहले क्या कह दिया कि ये जीव जो है ओनर है, इट्स ए रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ ब्रह्मन. देन अविद्योपाधि ही सन आत्मा. सो अविद्या इज इग्नोरेंस, upadhi is conditioning. With the conditioning of ignorance, this Atma is Jeev Uchyat, Iti Uchyate, is called Jeev. So this Atma with the conditioning of ignorance is called Jeev. So what is Jeev? If one asks you, Jeev is Atma. but with one major condition, that is, it is conditioned by ignorance. ठीक है? Is it clear or any question on this? Okay. Then next, Mayo Upadhi San Ishwar iti uchyate. So, same Atma with the Upadhi of Maya is called Ishwar. So, essentially both are same. One has the Upadhi of ignorance, the other has the Upadhi of Maya. Ignorance, incidentally, is also called Maya, but we'll understand the difference why it is not being said here right now. So, Atma with the Upadhi of ignorance is Jeev, who we are, and Atma with the Upadhi of Maya is Ishwar. Evam Upadhi Bhedat Jeeveshwar Bhed Drishtihi. So, in this way, with the Bhed of conditioning only, Upadhi Bhedat Jeeveshwar Bhed Drishtihi. Jeev and Ishwar mein there is a difference. Bhed of Jeev and Ishwar is only the difference of conditioning the Upadhi. And Upadhi, it only colors. So we had given the example, there is a transparent colorless crystal. It has no color. You put a hibiscus flower behind it, it starts appearing red. You remove the hibiscus flower, put a blue cloth, it will start looking blue. So on its own it's colorless, it has no color of its own, but with the Upadhi of hibiscus it becomes red, with the Upadhi of a blue cloth it becomes blue. So Upadhi is the conditioning, right? So our Upadhi of a Jeev is that of ignorance, and of Ishwar it is Maya. Yavat paryantam tishtati. So long as you remain established. Tishtati is remain established in that what? This difference. Yavat paryant. So long as. Tavat paryant. For that long, for that period. So long you are established in this belief of difference. For that period, Janam Maran Adi Samsaro na nivartate. Janma Maran Adi. So this coming and going, birth and death, and this samsar, all these things will not, nivartate is vanish or be sublimated. Removed. The word used is removed over here, but nivartate, depending on the context, can be understood anyway. So let's use it as removed. So yavat paryantam tishtati tavat paryantam janma maran adi samsaro na nivartate. So long you have this bhed buddhi, for that period you will keep on having birth and death, and this samsar that you see around you will continue. What is a bhed buddhi? I am Jeev and Ishwar is different from me. Very powerful. हाँ, ये जो है यही इमारत बनने वाला काम है. अभी जो हम फाउंडेशन ले कर रहे थे इतनी देर से, 2/3 of the book is over. This is now certainly built this building. So long you sit in this belief, difference, not belief, but so long you have this difference that Jeev and Ishwar are different, ये मरण जीवन मरण चलता ही रहेगा. Any questions? Tasmat Karanat. Therefore, for this reason, na Jeev Ishwaryo Bhed Buddhi hi Swikarya. Therefore, do not accept this Bhed Buddhi that Jeev and Ishwar are different. Now, why should you not accept? Because if you accept this, then you will not cross this mire of delusion of being born and dying and this illusion of samsara. You will remain embedded in this. Or kyun, why are they same? That entire book we have studied, why they are same. Why the microcosm and macrocosm are the same. Has it come as a jolt or is it okay? You are okay with this? हाँ जी अनिल जी
सब में सब ईश्वर है, सबको
सर
प्रणाम।
हाँ तो कौन कर रहा है प्रणाम?
ईश्वर ही कर रहा है।
That is very important. Okay. So if everybody is okay, then I'll read the translation.
So actually, I have a question.
Sorry, yeah, please say it loudly.
Yeah, I think at the intellectual level, I get it. You're part of the mind.
Yeah. So therefore I proceeded and said,
We lost you, Ira. We lost you. Can you please repeat?
Yeah. I said कि this understanding that the microcosm is a part of the macrocosm. I think at the intellectual level, we get it. That you're gold and you're the ornament, which is actually gold. But I don't know if we really get it.
So-
because we have the separation still. Intellectually, I understand. Still, I see it being separate from other people. I see it being separate from someone.
so thank you for sharing this. It's very right. And when we started the text, I spent a lot of time in fourfold qualification. We did it and then I went back. I went back and I did it, and every time we started the session, I repeated everything. And I did this because भगवान भाष्यकार says इस टेक्स्ट का अधिकारी वही है जिसको साधन चतुष्टय है. Now you are saying it is at the intellectual level you understand. You will only understand at the intellectual level. You will understand the reasoning, but it will become part of your knowledge only after you have got this sadhan chatushtay, which, as I said before I started this chapter, you can say it in various names and forms. That is चित्त शुद्धि. अब चित्त की प्योरिफिकेशन हमने अभी पहले टेक्स्ट करा था साधना पंचकम. तो ये हम अशुद्ध अपने को क्यों कह रहे हैं? ये जो अशुद्धता है वो भी यही है कि जो चारों तरफ का संसार है इसको हम मैं और मेरा समझ बैठे हैं, और यही सेपरेशन है. तो चित्त की शुद्धि के लिए काफ़ी सारे गीता के वर्सेस मैंने बताए थे. प्रिंसिपल अमंग्स देम बीइंग 30th वर्स ऑफ चैप्टर 3, कर्म योग. कर्म से आप अपनी चित्त की शुद्धि कर सकते हैं. आप भजन से अपनी चित्त की शुद्धि कर सकते हैं. इसमें ही आया है 14th वर्स ऑफ चैप्टर 7. भगवान सेज कि जो मुझे भजते हैं वो माया से तर जाएंगे. क्यों? माया जो है वो है क्या? उनके आश्रित ही है, और वो ईश्वर यूज इट टू क्रिएट. तो अगर आप ईश्वर को भज रहे हैं तो भी आप तर जाएंगे. आप समर्पित हो गए तब भी तर जाएंगे. आप कर्मयोग करेंगे तो भी तर जाएंगे. इन द सेंस आपका चित्त शुद्ध हो जाएगा. सो चित्त शुद्धि के बगैर इंटेलेक्चुअल एक्सरसाइज ही है. आई एग्री. Therefore, again and again, the principal thing is साधन चतुष्टय. अनिल जी, आप कुछ वो इको का या कुछ डिस्टर्बेंस का देख रहे हैं क्या? वो दैट्स बिकॉज सम माइक्स आर ऑन ना, तो वो इको उसमें हो जाती है.
मैंने म्यूट कर दिया.
हाँ ठीक है. सो does it answer your doubt or query, whatever it may be? What you voiced was a genuine concern, and I have been trying to address this very thing right from the beginning, and it will remain. जब तक आप में चित्त शुद्धि आपकी नहीं हो जाती, जब तक आप साधन चतुष्टय में नहीं इस्टेब्लिश हो जाते, तिष्ठति साधन चतुष्टय, तब तक ये एक इंटेलेक्चुअल एक्सरसाइज ही रहेगी. एंड देयरफॉर आई से, एंड अनिल जी एग्रीज विद मी, तत्वबोध वन बुक इज़ एनफ टू लिबरेट यू. आपको ज़्यादा पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. बट प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है कि हम वी आर नॉट एबल टू डिग डीपर एंड गो इनटू दैट साधन चतुष्टय. जब तक वो आएगा नहीं, इससे फिर आप आगे बढ़ोगे नहीं. फिर आप नाना प्रकार की किताबें पढ़ लो, नाना प्रकार के सत्संग अटेंड कर लो, नाना प्रकार के वेद उपनिषद सुन लो, लेकिन नाना प्रकार मीन्स डिफरेंट उपनिषद एंड सो फोर्थ. बट ये इंटेलेक्चुअल एक्सरसाइज ही रहने वाली है. क्यों? क्योंकि जो हमें काम करना है वो अपने ऊपर करना है, चित्त शुद्धि का, साधन चतुष्टय का. उस पर हमें करने में वो जानलेवा है. जानलेवा क्यों है? क्योंकि हमने जन्मों से, क्योंकि ये एक जन्म का काम नहीं है, ये बहुत जन्मों का काम है. हमने जन्मों से जो ये हम देखते हैं जगत को, इसको इसके साथ तादाद में आइडेंटिफिकेशन करा हुआ है, और सारा सुख इसी जगत से ले रहे हैं. सारा अपनी ज़िंदगी इसी चीज़ में लगा रहे हैं कि वी वांट मोर मनी, वी वांट मोर कंफर्ट, वी वांट मोर सिक्योरिटी. तो और ये आज इस जन्म की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ये जन्मों की प्रॉब्लम है. तो आपको इसको धोने के लिए कि ये सच नहीं है, उसको धोने के लिए जो मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी उसको मरण कहते हैं. वो कोई नहीं करना चाहता भी नहीं और होती भी नहीं किसी से. इट्स सो ईजी कि भाई जो चल रहा है वो चलता रहे, जो कंफर्ट है वो मुझे मिलता रहे, और क्या चाहिए. तो यस, आई टोटली रेजोनेट विद व्हाट यू आर सेइंग, ईरा. It is an intellectual exercise so long you do not have Chit Shuddhi or Sadhan Chatushtay as a living force with you. And once you have these, then the rest becomes as simple as this samsara is appearing real to you now. Sadhan Chatushtay Chit Shuddhi के बाद फिर ब्रह्म जीव ऐक्य becomes the only reality. आप ही हो सर्वत्व. एकात्म भाव इज अ नेचुरल प्रोग्रेशन. ठीक है? हैव आई बीन एबल टू रिजॉल्व योर डाउट और स्टिल देयर?
When we get the Chitta Shuddhi, how can we live in the, continue living in the material?
हाँ, वंडरफुल. इसी ये क्या है, देखिए, अगर आप गीता पढ़ेंगे ना, बहुत ही सुंदर आपने क्वेश्चन इसलिए पूछा है कि सेकेंड चैप्टर में 11वें वर्ष से भगवान ने गीता पढ़ानी शुरू करी अर्जुन को. ठीक है? उसके पहले अर्जुन बोल रहा था एंड भगवान वॉज क्वाइट. फ्रॉम द 11th वर्स, यू जस्ट म्यूट योर माइक, हीरा. So from the 11th verse of chapter 2, Bhagwan started teaching Gita to Arjun. And by 53rd verse, he had taught everything. In how many verses? About roughly 42 verses. ठीक है? In the 54th verse, Arjun asked what Ira is asking. And from 54th to 72nd verse, that is the entire second chapter ends there, Bhagwan is explaining how is the condition of a person who has realized. In technical terms, he is called Sthit Pragya. Sthit, established, Pragya in knowledge. Arjun's question is, how does a Sthit Pragya sit? How does he walk? How does he behave? All these small things he is asked. What she is saying, वो व्यवहार कैसे करेगा? Right? So your question has been answered. You take some time and read Gita, verses 54 to 71. But a good commentary like Swami Prabhu Chinmaya Ji Maharaj some authentic commentary, because reading the verses alone will not give you the knowledge. As I told Anuji, आप जितना मर्जी ये पढ़ लें, ये चीज़ें they require some help. And with God's grace, we may, as a satsang, as part of our satsang, we may read chapter 2 of Gita also one day. ठीक है? Does that also answer you?
I have a question for Ira.
हाँ जी.
ईरा, जो अरुण जी ने कहा इसको व्यवहार में लाने के लिए what will you do?
The second part.
Yeah, like चित्त शुद्धि करने के लिए what will you do for your चित्त शुद्धि और for साधन चतुष्टय? Because ultimately this knowledge will become real, as Arun ji is saying, as Sankracharya ji has said. जब चित्त शुद्धि होगी, साधन चतुष्टय होगी, तो उसके लिए करेंगे क्या?
Meditation practice.
So there are multiple ways आपको जो सूट करे. आपको जो ये सत्संग भी चित्त शुद्धि कर सकता है, आपको प्रेरणा दे सकता है और गहराई में जाने की. This satsang is the first step, but इसके beyond जो है, जैसे दिन का ये आधा घंटा है, बाकी के जो waking hours हैं, you can think and choose. There are multiple ways of doing it.
Yeah, I think the main thing is the other waking hours to continue that. यहाँ पे half an hour we get it. उसके बाद
So ये think करने के लिए this satsang is for tuning ourselves.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anil ji.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about this. Particularly, we'll talk about meditation in particular, and because there is some myth, according to me, around meditation which requires to be clarified. Who will benefit from meditation, what meditation is, and all these things. We'll spend some time on that. So today we'll say the closing prayer for now. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. May the Lord bless us all, and may we reach our destination. Keep thinking, keep asking questions. That is a sure indication that His blessings are with you. Hari Om.